Gather up, my cowboys, because we are moving to the Wild West. A world of annoying piano music and delicious fried chicken is waiting for us. It is the third world of our theme adventure and yet another hope to find Dave's Taco. Today, we will play with some fast-moving minecarts and stop the Creeper Man from exploding. Without further ado, let's find out who is the real sheriff of this town. 6 shooters, locked and loaded. Old-timey piano music, downloaded. Chance of taco, a bit less than 0%. Margin of error, a bit more than 0%. I guess that our chances are really high. So here comes the first day of the Wild West. I wanted to continue my tradition of beating the first level of each world using only puff shrooms, so you can see this continuation on your screens. My little puff friends have successfully defended a poor pea shooter that got lost in the vast expanses of the Wild West. Just don't go mining diamonds for too long, otherwise you will be in the same situation as poor pea shooter. On day 2, we had our first battle against the Dynamite Man, who wanted to eat my plants right from the behind. However, that wasn't the best idea of a Creeper Man. I honestly wouldn't allow him to work as a lifesaver. By the end of the level, my lawn was entirely covered with our shroomy friends. I love them. Day 3 can be officially called the day of annoying piano music. I'm honestly not a big fan of annoying music, but I love making some loady kabooms. Come on guys, just bite a single piece of my delicious doom shroom. Oh, there is a special invitation for you, Piano Man. Just get closer to my new friend to make your music sound even louder. After such a great kaboom, we received an automatic doom shroom. Let's look at it. My uncle Milo used to have one of these. He called it a boombox. Actually, that's close enough. I'll allow it. They fooled me once again. It's not a dynamite taco. Life is ruined. Day 4 didn't contain any mushrooms, but that's not a reason to skip it, because I've got an interesting fact for you. Did you know that the first fungi evolved around 1.5 billion years ago? They have a common ancestor with animals, but evolved in a separate group of living organisms. They first colonized the land around 460 million years ago, about the same time as plants. Well, I hope you enjoyed my interesting facts. On day 5, we have officially spawned our first gargantuar from the Wild West. That guy is really massive, so I don't recommend you staying on his way. Meanwhile, the Toadstool is still a perfect zombie eater. You had better stay away from his sticky tongue. Day 6 was the first last stand level, on which I decided to combine my favorite spore shroom with a fluffy guard shroom. In my opinion, this is one of the best shroom combinations in the game, as they perfectly complement each other. Both of them spawn new shrooms, defending the lawn from the upcoming zombie horde. You won't regret using that combo in a real battle. Like cow tipping, zombie tipping is best done from the side. Trust me, do not try to tip a cow from behind. On day 7, I delegated all the work of dealing with zombies to my big gang of toadstools. These guys have a huge, insatiable appetite. However, they don't like eating toasters, so that's why you can leave your PB and jelly sandwich only to yourself. Wait, is that a letter? Let's read it. Maybe they want to sell me some cows for my new farm. It appears brain are outlawed around here. Man, I just wanted to buy a cow. Now I have to get rid of Crazy Dave. Quick neighbor, play dump. We will follow your lead, user Dave. Now let's buy some good looking donkeys. Oh wait, it's not a donkey farm. Day 8 was a pretty cool conveyor belt level which contained lots of heavy zombies, but not a single mushroom. However, it's a good chance to express some of my feelings about the Wild West. Am I the only one who still thinks that this world is incredible? Just don't forget that the Wild West was released almost 12 years ago, which is really a lot. It gives me a good nostalgic feeling of the early 2010s, when life was simple and all you wanted to do was to play PVZ2 as much as possible. However, I'm living the life of my dream because making PVZ2 videos is my job and I really enjoy it. Thank you all so much for supporting me, I really appreciate that. You are all the best, my fellow ice cubes. On day 9, I had to survive the zombie attack with the given plants. Unfortunately, it didn't contain any mushrooms, so we can easily skip it. I already knew that on day 10 we would be stuck with the chicken man, so I had to prepare my defense for such an interesting battle. So the best way to deal with the annoying fried chicken is to plant some magical shrooms. They are totally approved by Crazy Dave. However, I got my best experience a bit later, when a giant bully was fighting against the little chickens. Bro thinks he's tougher than Colonel Saunders. On day 11, I had to spend no more than 500 suns, so that's why I spent 0 suns. I don't need any suns, because I have a very reliable buddy known as the Puff Shroom. He costs 0 suns and does much better than 90% of the plants. This level is a full copy of day 1, so we can go to the next one. Day 12 didn't contain any mushrooms, but that doesn't stop me from enjoying it. Well, I think it's a good chance to tell you a bit more about myself. My name is Michael and I'm almost 22 years old. Almost a year ago, I graduated from the university and finally started living my dream life. Since I was a kid, I've always known that I wanted to be a YouTuber, and for almost 8 years I have been making videos on that platform with varying success. I'm very happy where I am, and I really appreciate having all of you. I'm not the most successful YouTuber, but I'm definitely one of the happiest. Guys, always believe in yourself and try to do everything to achieve your dream life. With the best wishes, your fellow Iceberg Clutches. Day 13 wasn't the easiest one, because I picked the Fume Shroom as its main character. Everything was so bad that I had to stop the Prospector zombie with the help of the Wamperchini. The only thing that saved me from a total collapse was the little Shadow Shroom. I guess that the only right place for the Fume Shroom is the Dark Ages, as he doesn't do so great in any other world. Nevertheless, the level was completed without losing any lone movers. I spent almost 30 minutes trying to beat day 14, because I created a huge problem for myself and tried to find a working solution for it. My main goal was to beat that level using only Toadstools placed on the minecarts. Everything was going fine until the chickens came onto the lawn. I shouldn't allow them to get close to my frogs. On the next attempt, one of the zombies reached the lawn mower, which caused the chickens to break away from their boss. I knew that the level was beatable because Toadstool could consume Chicken Wrangler without releasing the Angry Birds. I made everything right on my 5th attempt and consumed the entire final wave with the help of the magical plant food. We did it! On day 15, I spammed lots of scaredy shrooms as I couldn't lose more than 2 plants, meaning that the usage of most of my shrooms was restricted. At least I found the best solution for such a problem. On day 16, I had to protect Johnny the Walnut placed in the banana cell. I found nothing better than planting my favorite spore shrooms and some little puff shrooms. I lost one of the down lanes because of the enormous zombie attack, but I won a battle, as Johnny was as healthy as a giant gargantuar. Day 17 was beaten with the help of the Wamperchini. Sometimes even such a useless shroom can become useful in the right hands. I really enjoyed that level because we used some simple mushrooms to fight the tough zombies. It reminded me of the atmosphere of Plants vs Zombies 2 from 2014. Day 18 was yet another last stand level, for which I prepared an amazing defense line, which cost only 1500 suns. It easily counters all kinds of zombies that are represented on this level, making it one of my best discoveries in the Wild West. This is an amazing example of building a proper defense using only mushrooms, as they can substitute for all kinds of normal plants. Day 19 was spent playing with some cute looking toadstools. This is for sure an amazing sun generator, as by the end of the level I managed to save over 3000 suns only by digesting the delicious zombies. Don't you still believe that the toadstool is a cool mushroom? Because it really is. Day 20 didn't contain any mushrooms, so let's forget about its existence. Day 21 wasn't the easiest one, because I once again created a problem for myself. This time I wanted to beat the level using only puff shrooms. And don't forget that it's not the first level of our time adventure, so it's gonna be way harder. With the help of the magical plant food, I saved all the mushrooms I had planted before, and they won't cause significant damage to cone heads and bucket heads. Don't even try to mess with the puff shroom. Day 22 contained lots of winter melons and delicious frozen chicken, but not a single mushroom. That is really unfair. But fortunately, I had a lot of fun while freezing some chickens for the KFC, so that's why this level deserves a special mention in our Shroomy challenge. I guess the chicken is just one of the shroom varieties. Put a like on this video for a picture with a fluffy kitten. I like cats, dogs, parrots and all the animals. Day 23 was as simple as delicious fried chicken, because my toadstools consumed them incredibly fast. Even annoying piano music couldn't ruin the appetite of my gigantic shroom army. Day 24 was simpler than I thought it would be. No, seriously, I don't even know what to say about it, because Day 24 was the most average level of the Wild West. Of course, I had to protect some walnuts planted on the banana sills, but only a single plant food solved all the problems. Unfortunately, Day 25 didn't contain any mushrooms, so it was just a usual battle with Dr. Zombies that lasted only 4 minutes. That's right, these plants versus you and your zombies. And we didn't even need to use any spoons, even though those things totally exist. Anyway, the key is mine, which means that we are moving to the Frostbite Caves, another study levels, but this time with more powerful shrooms and even more problems.